I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't replace.
It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
I'm jealous of you?
Yes, you are jealous of me. It's clear. Everybody says it.
No way!
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. Well, you guys, it looks like Gator Gabba Jaws have filled out a few job applications for her revenge baby Miles Morales. It's truthfully nothing to talk about, but I've been meaning to come back and make another video about Gator Gabba Jaws, basically admitting that her revenge baby out of wedlock is indeed a revenge baby born out of wedlock. And thank God I'm not no pandering ass hoe, because the messages that I've always put out on my platform remains the same. Be intentional when raising children. Here is yet another example of how I stand 10 toes down in the shit that I be seeing, because a bitch still ain't proved me wrong. To say to another woman, a blogger, not even a close family or friend, and this is now information that has been put all over the internet, that you had baby Slaw out of wedlock for revenge is absolutely insane. But when we was all over the internet saying that the boy behaves in chaos, and typically babies like that are spiritually bound to their parents' toxicity, people really tried to ridicule me and others for stating the obvious, as if I would give a fuck, because knowledge is pain. The more you know, the better you will do. The intentions behind her carrying her son were pure evil, and that is why he behaved in that way. Not because of anything other than she couldn't give him the emotional love and stability and support that he truly needed, because her only obsession was his father, not the actual baby. This wouldn't be the first woman to have a baby to try to keep a man, or to try to uphold or maintain a man that don't want her. Now, how ironic. Mel's baby mama tried to convince the whole world that this hoe was such a good parent, knowing damn well the baby out of wedlock was pulling liquor bottles out of her goddamn purse, while she was stalking, harassing, and taunting his original 4 children that he conceived within a marriage. Say out of her own mouth that she had that boy out of revenge.
Being 100% transparent with you all right now, sometimes I wake up and I want revenge, and sometimes I want justice.
This is a statement that she made while she was holding her baby at the time. That little boy was brand new. So not only was she carrying him with the feeling of revenge and resentment, she was also breastfeeding him with that feeling, waking up to him, burping him, feeding him Doritos and popsicles early in the morning with that feeling. So you bitches get ignorant in the comment section if you want to. But I have enough understanding to know that energy translates. And if you are a wicked person, you could be teaching your children to be just like you. Like Drinking Machine, Marlboro Marlene, baby. Look at what she raised. The biggest thing to take from this is how she treats him and how she holds him accountable. Because Arionne know that she had that baby out of revenge, in my opinion, she's going to raise him the same way Marlboro Marlene raised Mel's baby mama. And that's to be unaccountable. She's going to sweep everything under the rug because she's full of regret, and she feels sorry for putting him in the situation that she put him in. In my opinion, we see it all too often. That's how this shit is going to pan out. Even if it's 10 years from now, she's going to realize that she completely ruined her children's life, especially the baby out of wedlock, with all of the information going on. He, the baby out of wedlock, being raised in a toxic black male culture that we see today with a mother like Arionne, is not going to grow up with all of this love and charismaticness that she thinks she's going to get from him. He's going to absolutely despise the fucking grounds you walk on. The culture that men are raised in today teach them to hate their mothers for much less than the shit that you've done. Men today, unfortunately, hate their mothers because their fucking daddies walked out on their moms because he was cheating. What the fuck do you think Baby Slaw is going to get from this? You are literally heard, okay, on audio saying that you wouldn't have never had him if it wasn't for another woman. Like, you are literally fucking obsessed. Miles Morales' entire existence is based upon her hate and envy for another woman when she inserted herself in that woman's life. And this is why I stand 10 toes down in the shit I be fucking saying, because I'm not wrong. My intuition has never been wrong. When she was walking around calling that fucking baby Holt. Come here, Holt, because I want y'all to remember, we don't hear that shit no more, okay? We don't hear her calling that man Holt no more. Why? Because Mel changed her last name.
Ooh, Holt. Ooh. Let him see it, Bears. Ooh, that's my son. Say bye-bye. Say bye, Holt.
Say bye, Holt. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
It went from Knox Curry to Maverick Holt to Maverick Knox Holt to Miles Morales to revenge at this point. It was pure fucking revenge. That's why the boy don't know his goddamn name.
Say, what's your real name? What's your real name?
Miles.
I changed his name because when he left my house, he told me, fuck you. Because I told him why I didn't want to name him Maverick. Y'all other kids got between y'all both got, like, that was between a marriage.
Something that she hates so bad, the fact that she couldn't conceive any of her children within the marriage. So she sought out to destroy another one. Still to this day, every time Gator Gabbajaws open up her mouth, she's discussing another woman, which, like I said, is the entire reason for her son's existence. I just want to prove to y'all that everything that she did was completely out of revenge. And this is why I go so hard, because when I was a kid, because women wanted to attach themselves to my dad, they were often mean and nasty to me because there was a certain level of attention that my dad wasn't willing to share with them. And there was also a certain level of respect that he wasn't willing to give them. And instead of them taking that shit up with him, they took that shit up with me. A woman that would intentionally have a baby with a married man out of revenge would in fact take issue with that man's children. So when we see the videos of her intentionally positioning herself and her third wheel daughter, who is of no relation to Mel's baby mama, on one side, while her out of wedlock son gets on the other side of him, y'all need to understand that shit is done intentionally. And when I made that video, I knew very well where it stemmed from because I've had to deal with women like this growing up. And I'm low-key happy as fuck she said it because these kids can get vindicated from this type of behavior. I remember pulling this video and pointing out to y'all the mindset of a woman like her because she wants revenge. When she inserted herself in a married man's life, she is literally traumatizing and affecting not only her two out of wedlock children, but the actual children that was conceived in a marriage that don't deserve any of this, that have nothing to fucking do with any of this. If her intentions behind her children were revenge, what do you think her intentions are for the woman that she's obsessed with children? Because Mel's baby mama have this hoe around Mel's children anytime that it is his weekend. If she was intentional about having a revenge baby, what intentions do you think she is going to have with the children that she feels like she is in great competition with because their father cannot stabilize his foundation and prioritize her over them? Because that's what she wants, which is why we see her behave like this. She wants her son to be treated the way his original children were treated. And if he doesn't treat them like that, she lashes out, not just at him, but in my opinion, to Mel and the children.
I want him to get knocked Monday to Monday like you got them other kids, and I want my week free.
Out of 10 years being put on the side, the only thing that you got out of it is being put in triangulation amongst other women, his children, etc. Because that's what narcs do. You're never going to get ahead of them. They're going to continue to keep you down. You're not going to be able to put yourself in a position that Mel was able to put herself in. And he is going to make sure of that. You sitting up here going live, but like I said, you have no money, you have no car, you have no job. You have literally been documented years ago with your hair done, your nails done, etc. in Mel's baby mama car. And fast forward 10 years later, post-divorce, 3 years, almost 4 years, you are still sitting in that same shit with nothing going for yourself. Everything Slaw does is out of revenge. Even her posting Miles Morales yesterday, that shit was out of revenge because Sheree literally revealed that Mel's baby mama was still calling her after he went on a Tasha K interview and said that he was courting you after you've been slobbing on his knob for 10 years on the side. You even had his baby, but he's courting you while still calling other women. You're a fool and you're a fraud, and you literally got your youth stolen from you, which is why you jealous of Mel's children. They get to live life bigger and better than you ever had the chance to do it, and they won't have to chase it, because while you were chasing their daddy thinking that he was going to be able to put you in a better situation, he wasn't the dominant parent, breadwinner, or anything. In fact, he fooled you. You got played worse than Risa Tisa. At least Risa Tisa figured it out and got on her own. You are stuck in this 10 plus years, just like your mammy raised you to be. And that's why you and all your sisters are side chicks and got babies out of wedlock. And that's no shade to any woman that didn't conceive their baby within a marriage. I'm just specifically talking about them because of the type of character that they have. In my opinion, the women in Slaw's family are just as lost and broken as her, which is why they haven't been able to reel her in. And that's not to say that you can control your grown ass kids, because you ultimately can't. But at some point you can step in as your own individual self and speak on these actions, because you're a woman. You understand what it means to have a family or you don't. And that's how I feel. They don't understand what it means to have a family in totality, which is why when she went to her family reunion, it was all these women and no men. They are baby makers. That's it. They are not kept women. They are not women that come from family or marriage. They are baby makers. The hoes that get out here and just pop babies out of their cooch from every which way. Slaw is 30-something years old with 2 different baby daddies. And I'm not judging her, but what I'm trying to say is Mel's baby mama is always judging other women. He's the same person that said that he wouldn't date women with children, or the women that he date have to be making a certain amount of money, this, that, and the third. But you go lay up with filth like this, who has literally placed herself in competition with your own children and then said that she created a baby with you out of revenge. Don't nothing put fear in my heart, because I know my genuine, pure intentions when it comes to relaying and speaking about these topics. The greater picture is be intentional when y'all are inserting yourselves in men's lives with children. Be intentional when having children. If a man cannot stabilize his foundation with his children and he got all these broken homes, etc., remove yourself. Don't even insert yourself in a situation like that, especially if you aren't willing to put your personal feelings aside and do what's best for everybody's kids, because that is ultimately what it is that you have to do when you are trying to insert yourself in a man's life with broken homes. But if we set the bar high to not even deal with men that can't stabilize their foundation, things will get different. But there are so many desperate, broken women that don't value themselves, that are not intentional with their actions and not intentional with creating life, which is why we see shit like this. Women trying to have children with men to try to keep them, women trying to have children with men, and it's just never going to work if you don't value yourself, because you're always going to get the bottom of the barrel as men and then hate and despise other women in his life or around him, etc., because you cannot get the results or placement that you want out of him. There's so much more depth that can be broken down about this topic, but I'll just leave it here. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all of this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place, 'cause the love you give, you
not in the
That's why I spend my life